What is going on, you all? Gamers Goon here today to go over my Premier League predictions. As you can see already, got the new Arsenal jersey, repping the boy, the star boy, Bukayo Saka once again. So this is my second Bukayo jersey. Found it in town, had to buy it because it's the updated version of the jersey. So had to go and get it. But that's not what you're here for. You're here to see or hear who I think is going to be, I guess, finishing last in the bottom three and getting relegated. Or you may be here to see who I think is going to be at the top. But we are going to sit here and we are going to rank the Premier League teams in the order in which I think they will end up at the end of the season. Number 20, I got Ipswich. I just am not feeling it for them, man. I'm just not feeling it for Ipswich. I don't think that they are going to have enough to stay afloat here in the Premier League. It's unfortunate, but I think they will be going back down. I just don't see it happening for them. It's unfortunate for them, but I just can't see it happening for Ipswich this year. Number 19, a little bit of a shock. It is getting one of those three that came up, advancing and having a second year in the Premier League. And that is because I think Everton, this is the year that Everton has finally done it. Everton, time and time again, I feel like Everton is just always near the bottom. They just keep getting lucky. Everton, this ain't their year. Everton, at 19, they will be getting relegated and going back into the Championship. 18, I got Southampton. I think Southampton could make things interesting. Ultimately, though, I just don't know if they'll have enough. Kind of like some of the teams we saw last year. I mean, Luton Town did a decent job last year, but once again, they weren't enough. They had a decent offense going for parts of the season, but there's just a big hurdle to jump when you're going up against that kind of talent. That kind of talent jump going from the Championship and then obviously the talent that's in the Premier League. Instead of going up against an up-and-comer, you're going up against solidified guys. You're going up against the Virgils. You're going up against Casemiro, who I know he's been a little iffy. We don't know if KDB is going to even be around, if he's going to go to Saudi, but KDB's, you're going to be facing the Hollands. You're going to be facing just a lot of great talent. Anthony Robinson of Fulham. I mean, there's a big jump. There's a big jump to be had. Mo Salah, all those guys. There's just a huge jump to be had, and I don't know if Southampton is ready for that jump. Number 17, close in the relegation battle, but they do come out on top. I got Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, to me, I'm not too high on Nottingham Forest. I don't really think they're going to be all that great, but I do have them not being eliminated and sent down to the Championship. Number 16, a team that I kind of had a hard read on last year. At times they were playing well, but at times they looked kind of the part of where I have them right now, and that's Wolves. Wolverhampton. There's not really a good read on Wolverhampton. They really don't have too much that makes me think that they are a legitimate threat to push higher. And they also don't have too much to make me think they would get relegated. They're kind of just in that middling territory. And the reason I put them at 16 is because there's a few other teams that I think have maybe a little bit better chances. And that first one being Leicester. Leicester set themselves up to obviously, they got promoted. But I think they set themselves up pretty well, if you ask me. Leicester City, let's go to their transfers. They brought in a kid from Atalanta. They brought in a guy from Fulham. They brought a guy in from Sporting CP. They went out. They got some guys. They went out and got some guys. They still have some of their big names on that team. Jamie Vardy's still around. Patson Daka's still around. Thomas Cannon, somebody they picked up. I need to charge my laptop, of course. Haven't used it in how many days, and we got to charge it because My Mac just wants to be difficult with me. I mean, I literally haven't used this Mac in probably about a week. And of course, they want me to charge it in the middle of my video because why would it be charging when it's turned off? That makes no sense, right? But yeah, Leicester, I got sitting there at 15th. I think they will have a solid year. I think they are a team with the talent to stick around. So Leicester, I have finishing a little bit above Wolves. 14th, we got Bournemouth. Bournemouth is another team that I'm not super high on, but I think they will kind of sit in that middle of the pack. And a lot of these teams from Wolves probably about to 12, I think are going to sit in that middle of the pack. I'm just trying to guess which one is going to be a little bit higher in that middle of the pack. 13th, I got Fulham. Shout out to ESR, Emile Smith-Rowe. Got his first goal yesterday. Shout out to him. As you know, former Arsenal player, so we're going to be rooting for him this season. Hopefully they can do well. Don't want to see them get relegated, definitely not. But Fulham, shout out to ESR. We'll see what he can do at Fulham, and we'll see how good of a year Fulham's able to have. But I got them sitting at 13th. I think they do have a little bit of a chance there to maybe even go a little higher. Because they do have great talent on that team. They have ESR. They have Anthony Robinson. They might pose a little bit of a threat. But for right now, I'm just going to have them sitting at 13. 12, I got Brentford. Brentford, I think as long as they have Ivan Toney, they have a chance. And for right now, they still have Ivan Toney, so they have a chance. I have them sitting at 12. I think they maybe at best could get to maybe 8. But Brentford, I do like what they're able to do. I think Ivan Toney is a big part to what potential success that they might have. Number 11, I got Palace. Crystal Palace, always a team that sticks around there in the higher middle of the pack, around the 10s, the 12s, around that area. Palace is a team that I feel like they're just always really consistent. They're not a team that's going to blow you away, but they maybe could get one or two big wins off of the top 6 teams. But I got Palace sitting at 11. Number 10, I got West Ham. I do like West Ham. And the problem with me liking West Ham is West Ham could easily fall a couple. But I do like West Ham in the sense that I think they do have quality talent. I really do. Mohamed Kudus is still there. So as long as that's the case, I think Kudus gives them a chance to win games. But other than that, I don't really have too much to say. I do think West Ham is a solid team. Maybe they can push a little bit higher, but I'm not super high on that at the moment. 9th, I have Spurs. I know Spurs did a great job last year. I believe they finished in 5th, just outside. The fans at Spurs, they have absolutely zero care for their team. They have zero care for their team. They're cheering for them to lose their team when they could have been in Champions League. Spurs, they kind of made their coach upset that they did not want to win that game against Arsenal. They didn't want to win their game to stop Arsenal from winning the league. Spurs fans, you don't want your team to succeed this year. They will not succeed. They will not be good. They will be sitting at 9th. I don't know what else to tell you. Karma, it will come back to bite, and you're going to get your wish. The Spurs will never, ever win the league with a mentality like that from the fan base, and that's why I have them sitting at 9th. Number 8, I have Brighton. I do like Brighton. Obviously, we know Brighton can bring on stars through their academy. They always have somebody that comes out and he shines. Brighton, I feel like, consistently is in this position where they're competing at a high level. I got Brighton finishing at 8. 7th, this is where it got hard for me. I went Manchester United. I could see them finishing higher. Don't get me wrong, Man U fans. I see you guys being a good team. But I think the teams in front of you just happen to be better. I do think Manchester United will have a good season, but it won't be good enough. Chelsea, with Cole Palmer, healthy for a full season, I think Chelsea, whatever they're able to bring in the remainder of the transfer window, I think they will have enough to get the job done and to finish in a top 6 position. Liverpool at 5. I just have a sneaking feeling that Liverpool is not going to get top 4. Obviously, they no longer have Jurgen Klopp there. So, new coach. They're going to, I think, finish outside of the top 4. 4th, I got Newcastle. I think Newcastle, without Champions League and with a little bit less pressure to get the job done, will once again finish in a top 4 spot. Number 3, I got Aston Villa. I think they did a phenomenal job of building that team. I think Aston Villa is going to come out and surprise some people. I think they will be a top 4 team and secure a spot in Champions League. Number two, I got Man City. No, I don't have Man City. Unfortunately, I have Arsenal. For something in my head is telling me that we're going to come up short yet again against Man City in this title race. I think it might be one of those ones that come down to the last game of the season like it did last year. And if that's the case, Man City's going to have us beat. If it comes down to the last game of the season. I don't even know who we played the last game of the season. Who did they play the last game of their season? Last game of their season, they play Fulham, so that's a winnable game. And who do we play to end our season? Southampton. Ooh, that Newcastle game on May 18th. We finished with Liverpool, Newcastle, then Southampton. So that's a little bit of a tough stretch for us. I do think that Manchester City will end up winning the league, though. Yeah, their last 3 games are Southampton, Bournemouth, Fulham. They also got their toughest game is with their 5th game left against Aston Villa. And before that, they got Manchester United in the beginning of April. We're going to lose the title race. Unfortunately. I just don't see it happening. Just do not see it happening, unfortunately. I got Manchester City winning the whole thing. It's a sad reality, but I think Manchester City, for now, with all the fines, all that stuff coming into Manchester City, maybe eventually there will be a point deduction and we have a chance. But until that day, I just think that Pep Guardiola does just enough to distance himself from us. And unfortunately, if he does that, we don't really have anything else we can do. All we can do is go in and win our games, which we won a lot of them last year, but not enough. And I'm worried about some of those games there towards the end. We last year had a hiccup around Christmas break. We just need to figure out a way to keep it going forward. And Manchester City, they know how to keep it going forward, but do we? That's the question that we need to figure out this season. If we can avoid some of those draws and turn them into wins, if we can maybe turn some of those losses into draws, we have a chance. We have a chance to beat City. But in order to beat City, I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to do something unprecedented for us. It's not unprecedented, but it's something we're going to have to do yet again. A hard task to ask. We're going to have to be invincible. We are going to have to win games. We cannot give points up. We certainly cannot give points up to some of these teams that we were giving up points to last year. Was it Fulham we gave points up to? We gave points up to somebody that we should have beat, but we didn't. We cannot do that this year. We got to come in. We got to demand the game. We got to control the game, and we have to win games. We got to win them. We can't lose at home. We can't get out of shape because we're focusing too much on the Champions League. We just brought in Calafiori. We're potentially going to be bringing in some more guys. I think Mikel Merino will be joining the midfield. We might still look for another striker. We'll see if Eddie Nketiah is still on the team. But we need to focus on winning the league. I think you still have enough to go potentially compete in the Champions League. You have the defenders to do it. I mean, I know he has had a rough time lately, but you have Zinchenko on your bench. You have Tomiyasu on your bench. You have we have Kivior on the bench. We have a chance. We have a chance to win it all, but we have to go out and do it. And we need to add some more to the midfield for Declan Rice, for Martin Odegaard to relax a little bit. We have to go get some cover for Saka. We need to go get a true striker, unless we plan on playing, and we very well could be planning on playing Kai Havertz in that position all season long as the guy, and then your change of pace would be Gabriel Jesus off the bench. It's an interesting season coming ahead, but ultimately I think Manchester City will get the last laugh. You'll probably be seeing this video on Wednesday, but I'm recording it on Tuesday, so we are 10 days away from seeing what happens in the Premier League. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.